Galera, os cortes do SEEEL estão saindo agora, o programa vai ser legendado e os cortes também vão ser legendados, mas esses aqui a gente vai soltar 100% em inglês pra vocês acompanharem logo, mas muito em breve vai ter legenda tanto aqui nos cortes quanto no programa na íntegra, beleza? Curte aí. You have a mix in this team of rookie players and a little experienced players, not high-level experienced players, but Gigo have some experience, Smiley have some experience, and the other three are kind of rookies. You like to work more with rookies or with old players? Because with rookies, I see you can mold them, you can create them as you want, you can direct them to some place. With some old players, they have some habits, they have some bad things they already do in a lot of years. It's very difficult to change. How is you prefer to work with?
For me, I actually prefer veterans.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that veterans are not moldable. I think just you're either a stubborn person or you're not. That's it.
But here in Brazil, we have a lot of stubborn players.
So that's a person issue. If I have a rookie that's stubborn, it's the same thing.
But it's more difficult when a rookie has a stubborn.
Oh, okay, well, let's look at this. Let's look at the number of rookies that have passed throughout CBLOL and how many have remained.
But it's not because they are stubborn, it's because they are bad.
They're bad because they're stubborn.
Or they're stubborn because they're bad.
They're bad. They're stubborn.
They're bad because they're stubborn, or they're stubborn because they are bad.
Well, you have to look at the root cause of what makes a player good and bad.
Okay.
So a patch occurs every 2 weeks, right? In League of Legends in general, the game changes constantly, and everyone is getting better than the other. For example, if you look at a player now, and you send an average player back to 2013, would you not agree? Wouldn't everyone agree that every single player in the world would be much worse than that guy? Like, you could get a middle of the pack LCK player, you can send him back to LCK now, and he would dominate the league. He'd be better than Faker. Of course, because the game has changed, the knowledge has changed, how we interact and understand the game dynamics have changed. So, you know, the level of the game is much higher than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and so
1 year ago.
1 year ago. So the depends on the teams that are on the market. I think some years there are some really brilliant super teams that are made, and they work really well together. Some years they just don't flop, don't work as well. And I think that's the case between China and Korea winning worlds, for example. You know, but yeah, just ask yourself the question: what makes a player bad and good? And the reason players are bad is because they're not able to learn as well as other people. Right?
Yeah,
that's literally what it comes down to: how well you learn and how well you click. But at the top level, everyone knows how to click. So you have so many promises. I mean, I can think of a couple promises that are at the top of mind that should have been good in Brazil. Boal.
Yeah, Boal. I think he have some emotional. Wow, I don't know if it's that, but I think he's have a problem with his emotional.
Yeah, but
when he goes to the league, he don't play as he play in the solo queue or in the training.
Learned. But this is learned, guys.
This is learned.
That's learned. The same as Pedro. Pedro said he's a scrim lion. But the truth is,
Pedro is Disamis.
Yeah. Disamis was a scrim lion.
Yeah.
And I still remember. I went to Korea.
This is very normal here in Brazil.
And I met Pedro Disamis for the first time. And he was stuck 400 LP master tier, 500 LP master tier. And he was so bad. I think half because he was really tilted, but half because he just didn't know things about the game. For example, let me give you a tip, guys. Play the champion the way it was designed. That's all I said. Crazy, right? If you play Nocturne, you have to farm. Right?
Yeah.
If you play Sejuani, you have to get vision and gank. It's so simple. And I told him that, and he sat there. Oh. Don't show in vision for free, because if you show in vision, bot, they can do something top. Oh. And
a lot of people don't know these things.
And then they say, oh, this guy's a scrim lion. The guy was just bad. That's the truth. And the difference between Pedro, Disamis, and the other players is that he's willing to learn. So there's a lot of players that I think can hit completely new heights. I think Gigo has a long way from where he could be, for example. Pro Delta too. Pro Delta in the finals of CBLOL, he was a passenger.
Yeah.
He was a good player, but he was a passenger. That's the truth. He was not the main reason the team was winning.
You're
He
talking
was-
to him about that?
Of course, he knows.
Okay.
Everyone knows. Guys, are you gonna pretend that Pro Delta was a finalist level player? You stick him in Iron. You stick him in Cade. You stick him in some other team. You think they'll do like much better? It's a question. He has the talent. He has a good attitude. He's willing to improve and learn. That's what sets him apart. And he's willing to talk to his teammates. So I think it was a matter of will. And so why do I prefer veterans? Because they're easy to talk to. They have more experience. How long you can play is determined by two things. Your rate of improvement. It needs to match the other players. And second is just your level of mechanical ability. There are a lot of other little things too, right? For example, how burnt out you, like fatigue, right? Competitive fatigue.
Yeah.
There's a lot there, but these are the main two things. So ageism is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think age is a
example,
thing, is a deal.
Smiley's played his best game that he's ever played at age 26
Yeah.
in his history. Yeah, he won an LFL title, but it was very amateurish. The way that the team trained and practiced, it's a regional league. It's an academy team, guys. You think it's going to be super high performance? They're just 5 guys sitting in front of a PC. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Oduwamne, 27 years old. He comes to my team. He wins the first title ever. 10 years he played. Since season 2, he played 10 years. Didn't win a title. Went to LEC and won a title there for the first time.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a matter of age, and I prefer veterans because they have more knowledge, they have the experience. But I prefer veterans that are willing to learn. That's my answer. Rookies are just more work.
It's a lot of work because you need to make them learn. You need to make they understand not only the gameplay, but how a team works, how a real match works, because it's very different how you play in the training, how you play in solo queue, and how you play in a league.
Yeah, and veterans, I can learn things from veterans. I can learn a lot of things from veterans, especially the super high level ones.
You learn
Right.
something about with some player here in Brazil?
Every day. Every day. From Gigo, from Pro Delta, from Decimus, every day.
What? One thing.
Oh, I mean, just about matchups, just how the map should function, how we should operate. For example, like how we play Nash. Because for me, playing together is more important than like executing optimally when you're first starting out. But there are just some adjustments that we could make faster. There are a lot of little things, like every single day. I was talking to Gigo about, I think it was Jack's Camille matchup. And I was completely wrong about that. I don't know why I remembered it that way, but I did. Every day, it's a matter of like growth. So if I don't grow faster than the other coach, then I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah.
If I grow faster than the other coach, then people are going to pay me more money.
Absolutely.
That's how it is.
You say you prefer to work with veterans.
Yeah.
But in the change of split from the first from the second to the first from the second, you stays with Leleco. But you bring Kissy for your academy.
Yeah.
The real plan, the plan A, was to put Kissy in the main team and put Leleco back and CBLOL Academy. And if that's the plan, why you don't do that? Or if you don't, if this is not the plan for this year,
Because I gave
it's
my
a
word.
possible plan for the next year.
Because I gave my word. I said to Smiley, I said to Decimus, I said to everyone.
You gave your word for
I gave my word. I said they get 2 splits to prove
Leleco?
themselves.
Okay.
So if my word means nothing,
Yeah, because I don't
then
know that.
nothing means nothing. If your word doesn't mean anything, then you don't hold value as a person. That's the truth. And if my word means nothing, or their security within the team is contested every split,
Yeah, absolutely.
then okay.
we have a thing we say here in Brazil, o combinado não sai caro. It says something about when you agree something, you need to do that.
Yeah. So what's the other thing? Well, it's a matter of fear, right? So if Leleco is sitting there thinking about the fact that he can be benched after 1 split, he's going to be more focused on his individualistic performance over his growth as a player. And what you really want to do over a long-term process is give room for learning, right? Whereas if you are threatening players to be benched every single time, then you don't have room for learning. You need to win now. So they're more stubborn. They are harder to mold. They're much slower to adapt to things. So it just made sense to give them 2 splits, both of them.
This promise you made for your team or for Leleco?
Team.
For the team, okay.
Team. So it's okay. So say I bring Kisei in, or say I bring a Mortius in instead of Smiley. The guy's gonna think, okay, Smiley just got benched. What's stopping him from benching me?
Cade?
Yeah, what's stopping if Mortius played instead of Smiley in split 2?
Yeah.
After 1 split, what would stop Mortius from thinking, oh, Cade will bench me if I play bad?
I understand your point.
It's not good. It's useless.
I know, I understand your point, and I agree with that. It's because when you bring Kissy to Academy, all the CBLOL thinks about that. What's the SEAL's plan? Why Kiss come here to Brazil to play Academy?
Yeah.
All of us see that and make a judgment.
Kisei came here to play Academy because if you work in OCE right now, the region is doomed, the infrastructure is terrible, the pay is terrible, there's no future. So he came here to prove himself and build a future. Because everyone is too stupid to see where the talent is.
But your plan to use Kiss in the near future?
In the near future, I don't know. I mean, right now, what I can say is that all of our players are on the market, all 5.
All of them?
All of them. We want to judge the market value of each player, and we'll make the decision based on how the transfer window moves.
Yeah, because next year we'll change a lot of things.
And the truth is, if players work with me, once again, I give them the credit for the hard work that they put in. But if the players work with me, they get better. That's the truth. Historically, I've proven that. My methodology is not the same. And so if people are interested in players, reach out to Kate. We haven't made a decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of our players will be on the market, and we'll just see where the market leads. I think that the market value has easily doubled since they came here. For sure. Easily. So it just makes sense for a club to think this way.